Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Green Room Podcast. I'm Matthew Brune, and joining me once again is Colin Mitchell in a new pullover with what is that? A polo underneath that?
Yeah, golfed.
When it's 11:35 p.m. right now, Colin.
I had a long weekend, Bruni,
Have
and
you
I got
had?
home. When I got home today, I went to sleep, and you woke me up at 10:30. I'm going to go back to
Yeah.
sleep.
How was your trip? How was the wedding?
Let's see. Thursday rolled up there. Didn't realize this uh wow, this hotel had a bar. Closed at
Okay. Oh
midnight.
boy.
And I was like,
Okay.
"Hey, Norma, you want to get some drinks?" Went down there. Worst drinks I've ever had in my life. But you know me, we hang out. There's
Mm-hmm.
people all of a sudden like from the wedding that's down there. So then we continue to hang out. I get a couple drinks in me, and as Bruni knows, when I get a couple drinks in me, I gotta give people drinks. So I bought
You just
3 rounds
talk.
of drinks,
Mm-hmm.
and night one wasn't hungover though. Thumbs up. On to Friday, the wedding day. We roll up to the wedding. It's like 5, and great ceremony, whatever.
Yeah.
We go to the reception. It's probably like a 5.5 hour reception. Crazy. And let me tell you,
Yeesh.
there was some interesting. This is story time with Colin to start. We're just gonna
Okay, we're starting the story now. Go ahead.
this. Oh wait, sorry. Roll back real quick. I played 27 holes of golf in this polo and these shorts. So that day morning, because Norma
Okay.
had to get because she's a bridesmaid, had to
Okay.
get ready from 11
Okay. All right. So
till
back
5.
forward to Saturday to Friday.
So yeah, that's the same day, Friday, just earlier in the day. Played 27 holes. Boom, bang, we're good. I did walk into a private golf club's locker room, made the mistake, rolled up to the wrong course, and I got chastised for that. And then we finally made it to the right course that I had to go to. Let me tell you,
There you go.
don't make a course and name it one thing and then have 2 courses there and no one knows about them. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, when I walked into that men's locker room, it was crazy. I opened the door because it says public clubhouse left, and I saw the only door that was to the left. I walk in, and it's like blue carpet, poker tables everywhere, mahogany, like ornate. I was like, all right, dog, I gotta get out of here. So I left. Anyways, played, go to the wedding. We're back there. Reception. I have never seen. Let me just tell you, I don't want to out a family because they're great to me.
I mean, we have no idea who the family is, so don't.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, sure.
These
They
are
were
three.
having a good time.
These are 3 songs that they danced to. Let me tell
Oh
you, I saw
God.
the Sprinklers, I saw the Running Man, I saw it all. 3 songs that this is not every song, but 3 songs just to give you guys a vibe.
A vibe.
The Aladdin theme song.
The Aladdin theme
Yep.
song.
The
Okay.
Tarzan theme song.
Is that the Doug Collins one?
I don't know.
Doug Collins did some work on that.
Norma told me that. I don't
Okay.
know. I go to the bathroom and I start hearing Patrick from SpongeBob. And I go, "What?" And then you hear CMPFIRSNG song and CMPFIR. And I was like,
Oh
all right, I
my.
got to stay in the bathroom for this one. I didn't leave till the song was over after I heard Patrick screaming at the
Wow.
end. I walked back out. They're having a great time. There
Hey,
was
as long
normal
as they're
there
having
was
a
there
good
was
time.
normal songs too. I think you could request from the DJ. So the
Yeah.
DJ was just, people are just messed up. And I was
Yeah.
trying to get messed up, but I couldn't. So
Yeah.
woke up this morning at
Heavyweight over
8:30.
here. Heavyweight Colin Mitchell.
No, I don't. What I
Takes a
think
lot to bring
happened is
him
that the
down.
alcohol that was provided was diluted or something
Was
because I
weak.
tried. I
Was
no, I
weak.
tried. I really did. It was just stupid. I watched him make the drinks, whatever. Anyways,
Colin was a former bartender. For those who don't know.
yeah, count pour, whatever.
Yeah, you got it
Yep.
in his blood.
So it's in my
That's a
blood.
good. It's a
Yeah,
good weekend.
it was great. Woke up this morning 8:30, left at 10:20, got to the golf course at 3:10, golf by 3:15, played. Here we are.
And
Oh,
here
got
we are.
Mexican food today at
And there
Anamia's.
we go. All right, there's story time with Colin Mitchell. The reason why he missed both games this week, UAB and
I
Charlotte.
did watch the end of the UAB game.
We will give him credit. He watched the
And I did
second.
that at the rehearsal dinner. I was like, Norma, I got to pull this thing up.
Yeah, he basically watched the fourth quarter and the overtimes of the UAB game, so we can give him some credit for that. Charlotte, I watched the first half and then I changed it, and I
That's
kept
fair
up
enough.
with it. I kept up with it on Twitter with Reed. Reed's tweet to see if anything got out of hand, but it didn't, and they took care of business. So UAB was the game we were looking forward to.
Yep.
I predicted them to lose. It looked like they were going to lose for a bit, and then they end up winning the game 82-79 in double overtime. What an absurd game. That's really the only game I want to talk about, and then we'll talk big picture because the Charlotte game, they looked amazing. I mean, they just completely took care of business against a Charlotte team that has the potential to be scary, but what are they in conference now, Charlotte?
5-9.
5-9 in conference now. Let's see their conference rank.
Lost 4 of their
Yeah.
last 5.
Yeah, no. So again, take care of business against the bad teams. You beat UAB, who coming into this game, we talked about it, and part of the reason why I thought UAB was going to win this game was UAB had won 4 in a row. You know, they had Jordan Walker back, and they went into this game, in my opinion, you know, kind of playing really well. And I think they're still playing really well because after that game, they go down and beat Middle Tennessee at home by 23
Jeez.
today.
Yep.
So it's like it's not like this is a UAB team that is not playing well. This is going to be a very, very dangerous team, a team that could win the tournament in Frisco, but their at-large bid is gone. You know, it's kind of like the situation North Texas is kind of in, where that large is gone. But the win, which we'll get into big picture later, the win puts North Texas now 3 games ahead for the second place spot. FAU is still going to win the conference. North Texas is going to come in second, and then UAB middle was for 3rd place, and UAB won that game handily. So that's probably going to be the order, which would set up obviously a semifinal of North Texas and UAB. We're getting way ahead of ourselves right now, but that would be crazy. What do you want to talk about when we talk about the UAB game? What stood out to you? Where do you want to start with
Listen, I mentioned the last podcast. Kai Huntsberry is doing things. I texted you during the overtime. I was like, you know what, Bruni? Kai made some big plays. He was looking like Javion. Again, the post up thing is great. He had the turnaround hook shot at the end, and then he had that huge 3-point play, and that was before
Don't try to
overtime.
sequence it. Just say it happened.
Yeah, and it was great. It was great. It was great.
Yeah, Kai, like you said, the post ups, the little floater push shots, him getting to the rim, getting to the free throw line, all of that was very Javion-esque, and that's what we kind of expected coming into the year was he was going to be that physical guard next to Tyler that could do the things Tyler couldn't. You know, Tyler shot 14 threes this game, which I have zero problem with. He went 4-14, which obviously isn't great, but like zero problem with Tyler shooting 14 threes. However, at the end of the game, I wanted the ball in Kai's hands because they were guarding Tyler Perry with Eric Gaines. And Eric Gaines, for those who don't know, I covered him last year at LSU. He was probably the best defender on LSU. We knew coming into the year he was going to be one of the best defenders in the conference, and he was fantastic, I think, against Tyler. I mean, Eric Gaines went he only scored 12 points, 2 of 2 on threes, and fouled out, but he was on Tyler for majority of time. So I said, give the ball to Kai or even give the ball to Ruben because they were trying to hide Jordan Walker.
Yep.
And I'm calling him Jordan Walker, right? Not Jelly Walker. Y'all can call him Jelly. I'm gonna call him Jordan. All right, because Tyler Perry and Kai Huntsberry won that game. They were the better backcourt. And so Jordan Walker, to me, I mean, he ended the game 8 of 20 with 1 free throw, 4 assists. Like he didn't play that great. And I thought he had looks to I didn't think like North Texas was doing, they weren't double teaming him. They weren't forcing the ball out of his hands. Like they were saying, all right, you're going to hit some tough shots. Take them. He took them, didn't make all of them. But I thought Tyler and Kai were fantastic. And I want to give a shout out to Aaron Scott because damn, I tweeted it. He's a dog, an absolute dog. Wow. I mean, he only had 2 offensive rebounds by the box score.
Yeah.
But it felt like he was everywhere on the court. And he ended the game with 5 points, 10 boards, 3 assists, 3 turnovers, 1 block, 2 steals. It just felt like he was everywhere. So I want to give Aaron Scott his credit.
The charge.
And the charge.
Yep.
And the charge. Dude, he was just everywhere, man. And that's there's a lot of overall takeaways, but like Aaron Scott finding his role on this team over the course of this season has been huge because like we weren't sure if they were gonna like do you put Jada Martinez in over him? Like do you go small? Like we weren't sure how they were gonna fix this, and now Aaron Scott has come into his own. So I'm happy about that. And then Abu, doing what he does, 7 of 12 15 points. He's getting better. And this is so much has changed over the past 6 games.
Yeah.
This 6 game winning streak, so much has changed to the point where it's like it feels like they have an identity now.
Yeah, if you would have told me, when they had that little kind of downturn, Abu would have 41 minutes, and in the game against a full healthy UAB, I'd be like, no way. And yeah, so you got on the list: Abu 41 minutes, Aaron Scott 43 minutes, Kai 42, Tyler Perry 46. Like those guys are doing great during this stretch. I think it's interesting, and you kind of brought this up. I don't remember if we brought up last podcast. JD Martinez, only 3 minutes.
We did talk about it last podcast because they didn't play
Yeah,
in the game before UAB. I don't remember
that's
which
what
one
it
it was.
was. Yeah, and then Matthew Stone only 2 minutes tonight.
Mm-hmm.
What do you takeaways about that? I mean, because Ruben off the bench at 42 minutes.
That's going to be their 6.
Yeah.
That's going to be their 6 guys. And then 7, we talked about this last podcast as well, but like they're putting in Mule Sissoko now as the backup 5 instead of Jaden Martinez, which I think I said after the Rice loss, I was like, you know what, just screw it. Go play offense. Like, just go score the ball. I don't care at this point. I just wanted them to score the ball. What they've done, Abu has obviously played better, so we'll give him credit for playing better, which is good. But what they've done is they said, all right, whenever Abu's not on the court, we'll play Sissoko, and that way we still have a rim presence. And he's more athletic in a sense than Abu. He doesn't have the touch quite, but I thought he was really, really solid, like Sissoko was in those
Yep.
minutes. So if they can get that level of athleticism, defense, whatever you want to call it, from Sissoko, it kind of takes out the variable that Jaden Martinez is, because sometimes Jaden Martinez will be very, very good, but there were games where he was not good, where he was inefficient, where you couldn't find him. Here, no matter what, whether it's Abu, whether it's Sissoko, you're gonna get an interior presence, which this team we talked about all year desperately needed. And now you got the center, you get Kai going, and it's just it feels a lot better. This team just feels a lot better than because even when they were winning games early in conference, it didn't feel good. We talked about this several times. It's like they barely beat Middle, had to come back, or barely beat Western, had to come back against Middle. Barely beat FIU on the road. It's like I had to beat La Tech on the last second shot. It didn't feel good. They weren't playing good basketball. After the Rice loss, and I think that UAB win on the road was huge.
Absolutely huge. Yeah.
The Rice lost, 6 straight games, and it feels like they've taken control, and they have, like I said, they haven't, and everybody has stepped into their roles and are excelling in their roles.
Yeah, and I think one thing that's helped is in games that aren't against Charlotte or bad teams like that. Grant shortened the bench to the 6 instead of 7, and I think I didn't really think that would have, I guess the effect that it's kind of had, because you even go to the Charlotte game, Matthew Stone was your, I guess third leading, or sorry, 7th in minutes with 17 minutes. JD Martinez had Jaden Martinez had 6 minutes, and you kind of just take them out in a way. I mean, Matthew Stone normally before, what was it, a couple games ago, he had like 36 minutes or something, and you're messaging me, it's like, what is happening? So I think that's interesting as well.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm texting a coach real quick.
Wow.
Thank you.
All
right, there we go.
You want me to repeat what I said?
No. I think I got the gist of it. Sorry, I was work at 12 o'clock. But all right, so like overall, 6 straight wins. We said last podcast, we talked about them possibly winning out if they beat UAB.
Yeah.
They have 3 straight road games: La Tech, UTEP, Charlotte. It's next 3 games. Then Middle and Western at home to end it. What are the odds they go undefeated? Like, what percentage chance? I still think it's low.
Really?
La Tech is going to be tough. Like, UTEP and Charlotte both on the road.
Yeah, but this team hasn't really shown that the road matters necessarily. I mean, yeah, they had their hiccups early, but I don't think it was a road situation. It was them trying to solidify what they're trying to do on the offensive side of the ball and with lineups and such. So La Tech is the scariest game for me. I will say that. But I think outside of those 4 games, because I don't even think Western hasn't picked up. They're 6-8.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 62% they win out.
That's high. That's very high. I'm not putting. I'm at 20%. They
Okay,
went out. That's so tough. You
and
got
that's
middle still, and Western both at home, albeit, but it's not easy. Still, and I said in the last podcast, if they go 16-4, I mean this is what a great, fantastic season.
yeah.
Like, do you feel like this team has hit its stride? Like, is this the peak of what this team can be and what they will be? And that's not a bad thing, because if they
No,
sustain this, then they could win the tournament. But I'm just saying, is this the peak, or could they get even better?
I'm
Like,
gonna say that this is the peak.
how could they get better?
I was gonna say yeah, I was gonna say this is gonna be the peak. What do you? I mean, Tyler Perry still scored 28 points in 7 of 18. It was just the threes. If that's what if we're gonna base it off of that game, I still think that this is the peak. It's the play hard, hit big shots when you need to, make big plays. I saw a tweet by North Texas basketball. They had like a highlight tape, and they had Grant in the huddle. He says the tougher team always wins, and that's what this team has always shown. And I feel like everything is predicated on that. You don't need the guy that can score. You don't need the guy that can shoot threes. As long as this team plays hard, and they showed that last year, you can go out and win a lot of games. And now they have the talent on top of the toughness. And this is what it gets you once it all kind of solidifies together.
Yeah. I mean, they're shooting 38% from three now
Yeah.
in conference. They're shooting 51% from two. Remember that? Like, I don't have the non-conference splits in front of me, but I'm pretty sure it was like 43 or something percent from two in non-conference, and like 33% from three, something along those lines. Like, this team right here can win the tournament. I have zero problem saying that this team is a better team than the team that lost to FAU twice, and that team that lost to FAU twice obviously almost won those games. Like, was very close to winning both of those games. At this level, I don't have a problem saying this is the best team in the conference at this moment. Like, is it wrong? Maybe it's wrong. FAU is still 14-1 for God's sakes, but FAU just got pushed to overtime by La Tech. Lost to UAB comfortably on the road. Like, they have not been an impenetrable force. They got pushed to FIU. They've barely beat North Texas twice. Like, it's a very, very good team. But we've talked about this before. This FAU team doesn't feel like an immovable object, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. It doesn't feel, they don't feel inevitable in a sense. Like, even last year's UAB team to me felt like they were going to win the tournament, like, just going into it. And I know they should have lost to Middle Tennessee in the semis, all this stuff, but like, that team felt like, all right, if they get clicking, they're going to win the tournament. FAU, their ceiling just doesn't feel as high.
Yeah.
And that might be unfair because they've beaten Florida, they've beaten North Texas twice. So those are good wins. But like, I know the players on this team, they're very, very good players. They don't, if North Texas plays at their best, I think North Texas can like very well turn this into a 50-50 game. Like, maybe even be favored.
So if
Because
we
it is in Frisco. Let's not forget. It's in Frisco.
Yeah,
And
it's
that
true.
matters.
It does matter.
It mattered
The
2
quote
years
unquote
ago when this team made it.
the quote unquote neutral site.
Like, sorry, FAU, you're coming to Frisco here. So if it is 50-50, I'm tipping the scale to North Texas by like 2 points, something like that.
So with you saying that, is UAB the scariest team in the tournament for you then?
Whew, that's a good question.
Because I agree. I mean, you said that they don't feel immovable, and I know that might be unfair just because, what you said, but it almost feels like doesn't feel like North Texas obviously a couple of years ago when they went to the tournament, they were having down end of the season,
Yeah.
but they still felt inevitable. You know what I mean? Like, every game it was like North Texas can do it. UAB, like you said last year, felt the same way. This year they still give me the same vibes. But FAU, I don't know, maybe it's just because we watched those two games and they were so close.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't seem like they're gonna be the world beaters that, like, I feel like they've been playing at their peak the whole time, whereas we've been talking about North Texas has just hit their stride. UAB is finally healthy and is hitting their stride. I think that those are the two best teams in conference.
Doesn't it feel like we always have a pretty good handle on who's going to win the tournament. And I know I say
I feel
that
like one
even
of us
though
has predicted it the
even
last like
though I
4
know
years.
we've been wrong in filling out the brackets part, but like not even this North Texas team. I'm not going to include this team per se, even though after the La Tech game in the, I think that was the semi. It was middle to, I don't remember the order, but they played middle in the play-in game and then played somebody else and then played Western or La Tech and Western. But it just felt like once we saw them start clicking, we're like, okay, this team
Oh
is
yeah,
going to be
it was
really
Rice,
tough.
by the way.
Oh, Rice. Okay. Once they beat those teams, it was like, all right, they're gonna do this. So I'm not gonna take credit for that year, but like last year, we knew North Texas was not quite good enough to win the tournament,
Yeah.
right? Like I feel like we had a pretty good understanding of like this team just doesn't quite have what it takes to win it. Like they went 16-2 in the in conference, and we were still like, yeah, I'm not sure it's gonna work. And sure enough, they scored like 36 points and lose to La Tech. This year, like FAU very well could win the tournament. But if you're asking me to pick a winner right now, I'm probably taking either UAB or North Texas,
Yeah.
which might be stupid because at this moment they're going to have to play each other in the semis.
Well,
So,
what's the blueprint for a tournament team? I mean, it's you have to, like you said, the North Texas team last year, they're a tournament team because they're tough and they're going to wear down teams. In a tournament setting, you need to be tough, yes, but you need to be able to hit big shots when they matter, make big plays when they matter. And
yeah.
what is North Texas done the last 6 games? Thursday night, they did exactly that. Kai, Tyler hitting the bank shot, the charge, like
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah. So that will be the interesting thing if they can sustain this level of play because they've reached it. We both agree that they have reached this team's potential,
Yeah.
and that's great. That's what probably 80% of teams never reach their potential in a season, if I had to guess. Like, just it's so hard for a team to reach their potential in the course of a season. I'm not even sure UAB has reached their potential yet, if we're being honest. I didn't watch the Middle Tennessee game. Maybe they looked fantastic. They probably did. They just beat them by 23. But I'm saying, like, it's really hard to reach your potential. So if North Texas can sustain this, let's just say they end 16-4, they only lose one more game. 16-4, you go in as the 2 seed, regardless of who the 3 seed is. If they are playing like this, like how they've played the last 4 games,
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll be the favorites to win it, but it's going to be hard to beat them in that setting. Like it's just going to be super hard to beat them in Frisco. For anybody, really. I'm not sure who they'd play, like who the 7 seed would be, but let's just say it's like a Western Kentucky in the first round. They'll take care of them. Then you get either UAB or like Middle or someone.
Yeah.
Be tough. And then we'll see where it goes. If they play UAB, if they play then FAU in the title game. So obviously it's down the line, but at this point in the year, it's really not. We're a month away.
I know that's crazy, right? It's like
5 games away.
4 weeks.
Yeah, 5 games away at this point. So
If they go undefeated, Bruni, I'm still gonna say that they can get an at-large bid. Ken Palm has them 60th right now.
where are they in the net?
Oh, hold on. It's behind my light, so I don't. I don't.
Yeah, I got it.
I don't got you on that.
I don't think so. They're 56th in the net. That's not high enough.
Listen, man.
It's
If
not
they were,
because you have to think like there's like 20 teams that are gonna get out of automatic qualifying from like
right.
smaller conferences. So really, you have to be like top 40.
If they lose in the final or the semifinal, I think they get it.
They're not.
Okay. Well,
Final win out final. Like I said before, I'll get them like 25-6 or something. I don't think so. I'd be shocked. But again, you probably make the NIT at that point. So
yeah,
I would be thrilled with an NIT run with this team because they could probably make the Final Four, and that would mean playing in like Madison Square Garden.
I thought they stopped that.
Nope. Well, not yet.
Okay.
I thought they were going to stop it.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
think they
I
have
don't
yet.
really keep up with the NIT, for being honest. I just,
Well, you should.
Sorry.
But yeah, anything else on this team? I think we can wrap it up for the most part.
I don't think so. 25 minutes just seems short. I mean, 5 of it was me talking. So,
All right, what else do you want to talk about, Colin?
I don't know. Is Maya still there? Yeah.
Tyree, I think is playing. We just want to start shouting out people. I thought Ruben played really controlled. Maybe that's an area where they could get better. Maybe, but Ruben's shooting the ball really well.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
Like, what has he been shooting?
Let's see.
Let's see.
Okay.
1 of 1 against Charlotte, 2 of 3 against UAB, 2 of 4 against Rice, 0 and 2, 0 for 2, 1 for 3, 0 for 2. So hey, 3-game sample size. That's all I need to see. Ruben's heating up. Watch out for that one. And I love how we just kind of ignore. We've now ignored the UTSA game, but that's why I said the last 4 games. I didn't say the last 6 games at this point. UTEP, Rice, UAB, Charlotte. Last 4 games. I'm happy with. And then throw the UAB game in there. We're not including UTSA, but I'm happy with it. 25-minute podcast. That's plenty. I talked to Colin recently about getting a guest on here for the next podcast. So stay tuned. It will be a North Texas alum.
Unless they lose. And
if they lose, I'm not having him on the podcast. No. Who they got next? I've already forgotten who they
La
have next.
Tech, the game that you're scared of.
That is scary. La Tech and UTEP as the next game. They're not going to lose to UTEP. But La Tech and UTEP, we'll probably be back next Saturday or Sunday. We'll see if we can get the guest on and go from there. All right, Colin. Good podcast today. 12 o'clock.
I'm tired, Bruni.
I don't. Yeah, no. You gotta
see
go.
My eyes, they're watering.
Go shower and change clothes for once in your life.
What's worse is Norma has my car and it has all of my stuff for showering in it.
Well, go turn the water on and stand under it. What are you talking about?
Listen, everything.
This man has got a shower kit.
No, like my toothbrush. I have like a system. Toothbrush, toothpaste.
Go stand under the water, and then get out of the water and dry yourself. If you don't have any soap, I know you have soap in there.
I mean, yeah, I just told you, but I had the system.
I don't care about your system.
I don't care what you care about. I care.
I don't care about your system. If you got a shower, go shower.
Okay,
that's my motto in life.
All right.
That's all. That's it. We're not dragging out this podcast anymore.
You know what? Tired. We're story time with Bruni. You got let's see, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. You got nothing?
I'm not telling the story.
This is crazy.
I'm not telling the story. However, I am thinking about going to get some crawfish for the game tomorrow, so I'm excited for that.
I forgot Super Bowl's even tomorrow.
Crawfish.
Who do you got?
I'm learning how to make crab legs as well. It's on my bucket list. I got the Chiefs. How about you?
Patrick Mahomes on my fantasy team. I got the Chiefs.
Oh yeah.
I
don't like the Eagles, and I like Patrick Mahomes. So
there you go.
Give me the Chiefs. We'll see how it goes. All right.
I feel like we're drained. Just you're sitting back. I'm wearing the clothes I wore yesterday. This is crazy.
This podcast. Okay. Thank you all for joining us. Leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter's right here. Matthew Brune.
They get it. They get it.
Do the whole thing.
It's all here.
YouTube. Yep. If you're not watching the YouTube, check out the YouTube. I know we still got a lot of audio listeners, so we appreciate y'all as well. So send it to a friend, subscribe, and we will talk to y'all later.